Okay. So this good evening to all of you. Today we are going to deal with the major constitutional amendment which started from first constitutional amendment to recently one not five amendments happened in our constitution. So this is going to also air on YouTube. So let me tell the YouTube viewers that we have already covered Indian polity in this uh, uh, chapter. I mean in this class we will going to deal with the major constitutional amendments, and if you haven't watched the previous one you can check the playlist, it is there. And today it is not just a normal class, we will also ask the regular questions in between to check how much preparation is you have in your Indian polity. So also you should answer in your mind, or you can put the answer in uh, comments. So first we will get to know what is the amendment, and what are the ways of amendment, where it is mentioned in our constitution. So some basic things about the amendments. Like any written constitution in the world, the Constitution of India also provides for its amendment in order to adjust itself according to the change in condition and needs. We all know this, that it is really important that there should be option to amend the constitution. Next is it is mentioned in Article 368. So through Article 368, Indian Parliament do amendment in our constitution. And in which part it is mentioned? It is mentioned in part 20. Can anyone how many parts are there in our constitution?
Sir, 25.
25.
20.
Okay, and how was it was originally?
25.
22.
22 it was originally, currently it's 25.
5.
Good. It states that Parliament may amend the Constitution by way of addition, variation, so through the method of addition, through the method of variation, or repeal any provision in accordance with the procedure laid down for the purpose. So there are three ways of amending the Constitution. First is adding something, second is changing something, and third is totally scrapping or repealing something. So there are three ways of the amendments provision in our constitution. Next is, however, the parliament cannot amend those provisions which form the basic structure. We have already discussed basic structure. It came through the Keswanand Bharati case 1973. Can anyone tell how much judge bench was there in Keswanand Bharati case?
13.
13.
It was 13 bench, and it was the
लार्जेस्ट बेंच है ये.
still it's the largest bench. Okay. So now we will go to the first Constitutional Amendment Act, which happened in 1951. So through the first Constitutional Amendment Act, 19th schedule came in our constitution. And why it was, I mean, need to bring this 9th schedule? To protect the land reforms and other laws, including in it from the judicial review. So whatever would be put in 9th schedule by the parliament, so judiciary, our union judiciary, that is High Court and Supreme Court, cannot review those provisions. So whatever would be put in the 9th schedule, that was the concept of 9th schedule, it was brought in. Later Supreme Court said in that from 1973, if anything put in the this 9th schedule, we can do the judicial review of it, but not before 1973. Why it was dated 1973? Because of the Keswanand Bharati case came in 1973. So from that day they can review anything added in the 9th schedule. And as well as, can anyone tell, we have read a landmark judgment in which after that landmark judgment these three more grounds were added in the freedom of speech and expression, public order, friendly relations, foreign states, and incitement to an offense. These reasonable restrictions were added in the Article 19. Can anyone tell after which case this happened? There was a famous case I have taught you. Romesh Thapar versus Union of India. Do you guys remember?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I have taught you about the Romesh. Because of that, three reasonable restrictions were also added. Next is empower the state to make special provision for the advancement of socially and economically backward class. So whatever the socially economically backward class, for those some provisions were made that state can empower them. Next is Fourth Amendment Act. So I am not going through all the amendments. Whichever is important, I am just selecting those, or whichever is important for the revision, only those. So through Fourth Amendment Act, which happened in 1955, made the scale of compensation given in lieu of the compulsory acquisition of private property beyond the scrutiny of courts. So whatever, I mean, we know land reform movement was a big challenge in our country. So whatever government is taking land, I mean, for their own construction, so whatever they will compensate, that would be accepted. You cannot go to the court for that scrutiny कि नहीं मुझे इतना नहीं इतना चाहिए. Next is Seventh Amendment Act. This is really important. Sometimes question comes. These two are more important to remember. That first is provided for the establishment of common high court for two or more states. So this came through the Seventh Constitutional Amendment Act that common high court can happen for two or more than two states. Next important is common governor of two or more states happen. Where it is mentioned? It is mentioned in Article 153. I mean, in Article 153, this amendment has happened, and now common governor means a governor of MP can also be simultaneously a governor of UP or governor of Bihar. So this provision came through the Seventh Amendment Act. These two are important to remember, and others are also we can look that abolish the existing classification of state into four categories. So if you will see the in original constitution, there were four categories of states: Part A, Part B, Part C, Part D. Can anyone tell there was a very special committee regarding the reorganization of states? Can anyone tell the committee name?
Faisal Ali.
JVP committee.
JBP committee was before that, but more important to remember is Fazal Ali committee.
Yes.
Who was this person, Fazal Ali?
हाई कोर्ट के जज थे सर,
कहाँ के?
इलाहाबाद.
No, not I think he was from Patna High Court judge. So Fazal Ali was basically a justice Fazal Ali. So under his guidance, there was made a committee. He was the chairman of committee, and he recommended that we cannot make the states on the ground of language, but for the convenience of administration, we have to make the some new states, and so also to check the unrest of people for their own state on the language base. Finally, Fazal Ali committee agreed to make some more states. So which state was the first state which became on the ground of language?
Andhra Pradesh.
Andhra Pradesh.
Yeah, that was the Andhra Pradesh. Yes, Ritik, you have raised hand. Okay, so don't raise, just ask the question. Yes.
Sir, can you please repeat this point, that Faisal Ali committee?
Fazal, before that there was a committee, this was a committee regarding the state reorganization. I mean, first there was state like Madras state. It covered the whole this Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and current Telangana. So people of Andhra were demanding to make a separate state on the base of language, because Madras, I mean, which capital was Chennai, that was a Tamil speaking land. So for that there was a demand, and finally a state on the name of language was created. That was the first state, Andhra Pradesh. And after that Fazal Ali committee became, government formed a committee, Fazal Ali committee, whose chairman was Fazal Ali. He was a judge also. So he recommended that we should make the more states on the base of the administrative convenience, not only linguistic base. So that was the Fazal Ali committee.
Okay, sir.
And some also amendments have happened in second and seventh schedule also. So that is not that much important, but these three are important to remember. So after that 14 state and 6 union territories were made through the State Reorganization Act 1956. Next one is the Ninth Amendment. So Nehru-Noon Agreement, there was an agreement between India and Pakistan in 1958 regarding the exchange of enclaves. So actually we know Ganga river is there in India and Bangladesh, which was the East Pakistan earlier. So some villages were, every time whenever rivers channel shift, villages go from this side to that side. So for drawing a permanent line, so they have made a agreement in 1958, and for that they wanted to some exchange the some enclaves. Some part they want to give Pakistan and some part they want to take, something like that. Agreement happened. So finally, West Bengal government that time opposed it, and Supreme Court held that Parliament do not have power to do these changes under Article 3 during that time. So for that, if really Indian government want to give some land to East Pakistan, okay. So how much I have covered? Have you people heard when I was explaining this Ninth Amendment Act?
So you just started explaining it. पूरा explain नहीं हुआ था.
Okay. So actually, what happened? In 1958, there was a pact signed between the our Prime Minister Nehru and Pakistan Prime Minister Noon. So there was some area which were, exchanged between the government, and this was the East Pakistan area. So West Bengal opposed it, and then Supreme Court finally given a decision on it that through Article 3 they cannot, or Parliament do not have power to diminish any area, to give any area to anyone. So finally, through the Article 368, using our, Parliament has used this Article 368 and its amendment in our Constitution, and finally they, made this Ninth Constitutional Amendment Act to exchange the Berugadi Union. So finally this happened. Can any one of you tell that there was an exchange in, my voice is fluctuating?
यस सर आपकी वॉइस क्लियर नहीं आ
Yes,
रही.
sir.
Okay, I think it might be due to weak connection. of internet. Now is it okay or still it is having the same issue?
Yes,
Is it okay now?
Yes, sir, it's better.
Okay. So finally, through the 9 constitutional amendment, some amendments happened in Article 2 and 3, and finally, this pact was successfully executed. Then next is the 12th Amendment Act. Through this 12th Amendment Act, Goa, Daman and Diu made the part of Indian Union. So can anyone tell who were the people who were ruling over Goa before 1962?
Yes.
Portuguese.
Portuguese. Okay, good. And who were ruling over the Puducherry or Pondicherry?
France.
France.
It was French colony. Can anyone tell which was the first northeast state which became an independent state?
Assam.
No. Assam was already there. Which
Meghalaya.
new state came?
Meghalaya.
No. Meghalaya came very, I mean, after
Manipur.
late. Huh?
Sikkim.
No. It's Nagaland.
Nagaland.
Nagaland was the first
1963.
state, independent state, which became an independent state in northeast. Through the 13th Amendment Act, which happened in 1962. So Nagaland became a full-fledged state under the special provisions. Next is the 18th Amendment Act. Made it clear that the power of parliament to form a new state also include a power to form a new state or union territory by uniting a part of a state of another state or union territory. So a new state can be created not only through the merging two states, but also bifurcating two
Sir,
states.
your voice is not clear.
Just give me a few seconds. So we were talking about this 18th Amendment Act. So in 18th Amendment Act, it was made clear that not only through the bifurcation of a state we can make a new state, but we can also make a state by merging two states. And after that, in 1966, this new state of Punjab and Haryana is created through this 18th Amendment Act in 1966. Can anyone tell when Mumbai and Gujarat is created? A new state from Bombay, Maharashtra and Gujarat. In which year? It was 1960. Next is 24th Amendment Act. So, can anyone tell what was held in Golaknath case in 1967?
sir, in Golaknath case, Supreme Court said that fundamental rights cannot be amended.
Can you repeat? What was held in Golaknath case?
सर गोलकनाथ के केस में ये हुआ था कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा था कि फंडामेंटल राइट्स को अमेंड नहीं किया जा सकता.
That is
And
true.
sir, it also said that Parliament has limited power.
Yes, Parliament has limited power and it cannot amend the fundamental rights. I mean, it cannot even touch fundamental rights through any way, through using even Article 368. So it was helpful finally for challenging this thing. this Golaknath case, this 24th Amendment Act came, and it made some amendment that Parliament can do changes in Constitution as well as fundamental rights through the amending power. And it also made it compulsory for the President to give his assent to a constitutional amendment bill. So any amendment will go to the President. President have to give his assent. He cannot send back to the Parliament for reconsideration. So we know that Supreme Court accepted this in Keswanand Bharti case, and it said yes, Parliament can do changes even in fundamental rights and other constitutional provision, but it cannot change the basic structure. So basically, Supreme Court was very clever in that, and finally it approved this amendment as well as draw this concept of basic structure to protect the Supreme Court's dominance as well as the fundamental rights. Next is 26th Amendment Act, which happened in 1971. It abolished the privy purse and privileges of former ruler of princely states. So do you people know what is this privy purse? So
Yes,
there was a, yeah, anyone saying anything regarding privy purse?
sir, these are the privileges which was given to the princely states, the kings and all.
Yeah, exactly. So there were some privileges. I mean, when the small princely state joined our country, India nation, so there was some agreement made between government and these small princely state that if you will come with us, join our union, Indian Union, so you will get some privileges as well as some money. Some money would be regularly given to the this princely state. So something like that was this privy purse and privilege. So finally it was abolished through the 66th Amendment Act 1971 during the Indira Gandhi rule. Next is 35th Amendment Act 1974. So we all know that earlier Sikkim was not a full-fledged state of our country. So finally through the 35th Amendment Act some changes were made, and also 10th schedule were added. So this 10th schedule were added in the constitution and make Sikkim from protectorate state, it made it to associate state of India. So some structural changes happened. I mean, from protectorate status of Sikkim, it made an associate state. But finally, it changed in the next Amendment Act. In 36th Amendment Act, Sikkim was made a full-fledged state of India, and this 10th schedule was omitted. I mean, it was scrapped. I mean, हटा दिया गया finally this 10th schedule को, and Sikkim made full-fledged state through the 36th Amendment Act. Remember the year 1975. But in 74 it was made an associate state. Next is 39th Amendment Act 1975. So we know that in this time this Allahabad High Court has made that Indira Gandhi used malpractice in election and tempered the election, and by that she won the election against the Raj Narayan, the candidate, opposition candidate Raj Narayan. So finally how can it be related? Sir, but 10th schedule is related to defection, so how can it be related to Sikkim's merger? Okay, so what we now looking 10th schedule, that came the 52nd Amendment Act and look the time period. This was the 35th in 1974 when this was added, and later in 1975 through this 36th Amendment Act this was omitted, मतलब निकाल दिया गया, ऐड किया गया 35th में और 36th में निकाल दिया गया सिक्किम को फुल फ्लेज स्टेट बना के. Now you get that, Kirti? Okay, हाँ fine. So Raj Narayan, the opposition candidate, proved that in court that Srimati Indira Gandhi practiced the tempered the election. So finally Allahabad High Court asked to vacate the office. So for protecting herself, she came through this 39th Amendment Act, and she made that any dispute arise in the election of President, Vice President, Prime Minister and Speaker, in this judiciary has no authority to deal with that. If anything had to deal or decide, it would be decided by the Parliament, not the judiciary. So somewhere it is took the power of the judiciary in this election thing. Later it was rectified. We will read it in 44th Amendment Act, and after that 42nd Amendment came 1970. Can anyone tell what is